Good morning, everyone. My name is Rohandra John, and I'm part of corporate communications team at Caribbean Airlines Limited. On behalf of the airline, I wish to express sincere thanks to the Restore a Sense of Icon organization and other stakeholders for inviting us to the Girls in ICT and Boys Who Supports Them Virtual Career Session 2024 edition. I understand that this event is being streamed to various students across Trinidad and Tobago and other areas in the Caribbean region. And I must say that in keeping with our corporate social responsibility, we're always grateful and delighted for the opportunity to connect with our young people who are tomorrow's future leaders. Today, I have with me a dynamic panel of presenters from the Caribbean Airlines IT department in the form of Miss Neela Ramcharan, Miss Suzette Smith, Miss Victoria Alexander, and of course, Mr. Denison Charles, the boy who's supporting them. And of course, they have an exciting presentation lined up for you. Without any further delay, I now hand you over to our dynamic IT team. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you.
Thank you, Rohandra, for that wonderful introduction. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to have a discussion with, as Rohandra said, a dynamic cast of ladies who are going to share their experiences throughout their journey in ICT and talk with some of the milestones that would have and challenges that would have defined it. So I'll let the ladies introduce themselves and tell you their roles in the department. Starting with this one to my left here.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Suzette Smith, and I am the IT project manager here at Caribbean Airlines.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Neela Ramcharan. I'm one of the technical services engineer in Caribbean Airlines.
Hi, I am Victoria Alexander, and I am an information service analyst at Caribbean Airlines.
Lovely. And I am Denison Charles. I'm also one of the technical services engineers here at Caribbean Airlines. So, ladies, let's start. What initially drew you to the world of ICT? What was that moment, that experience, that wow, exciting factor that really brought you over to ICT? Tell us about it.
Okay, so I'll start. For me, I got intrigued with IT from secondary school. I went to St. George's College. I must, give them recognition for that because I had a teacher called Mr. Jack who introduced me to programming languages. Back then was Turbo Pascal. Yes, a programming language that not everyone is aware of now, right? But I just like the idea of clicking a keyboard, writing code, seeing an application come together to the end to actually provide some sort of value.
Yeah.
Back to whoever may be using it. At the time, the project was a medical application where it is you can go in and sign it and so forth. So that's it. George's is where my IT
Passion started.
Yes.
Neela?
Well, mine is a funny story. I stumbled into IT. I was employed with my sister, and usually when we have any IT related issues, I found that the guy just came in and just plugged into the plug and charged us a lot of money. So I was like, I think I can do this. I can do IT. So I actually went into school and I was like, okay. One of my friends was actually was the admin at that time. And she said, why don't you do IT? And I was like, wow, she has the same train of thought as myself. And that's actually how I entered into IT.
But Victoria?
So for me, it was like Leela. It's more funny. It was more based on TV shows. Seeing the analysts, they type up information really quick, put the information out there where persons can make a decision or even like catch the criminals.
Yeah.
So it was
Okay, let's see a sign. That's cool, man. I love it. I love it. Some excellent stories here from you ladies. I myself, like Neela, stumbled into it, and just sharing my little 2 cents. Came out from secondary school, not sure what I wanted to do, and went to OJT. And it's like, we'll put you in IT. You'll be one of the help desk. Like help desk, I agree. Okay. And from there, my passion grew. I went and go to university, did the bachelor's and stuff like that, and also short courses. So it's usually IT. Some people started from start the passion from straight out of school. Some people, like myself and Mila, kind of found our way by mere luck or probably um, divine intervention, and we got into the field, and I'm sure all of us are enjoying it now and loving everything that's
Yes.
doing. Yeah. So, tell me, what are some of the common misconceptions about working IT, especially from a woman's perspective? Especially for women. What are some of the misconceptions you all have faced during the journey of your careers?
Let me jump in here.
Mhm.
One of the main misconceptions is that women don't have the ability to think technically, have that hands-on practical know-how.
Right.
Just in my experience, I remember, so I started off as a IT administrator,
Okay.
then went into as an IT engineer, and it was in the server network infrastructure area of IT.
Yeah.
So, at times you may have to pull some 145 cable from the ceiling
Yeah.
and,
Okay.
rip some cable. And for a female in that industry, many a time you will find person saying, well, why you going up on that ladder to pull that cable? You must up your heel, you must up your nails,
Yeah.
So not all females are into
Indeed, getting your hands dirty.
I'm probably a tomboy. Yeah, and I'm probably a tomboy by nature, but that is just in my own realm, and that in itself used to
Okay.
attract me to the whole
To-
feel of it, to understand how it all connects back, the networking behind it, that type of thing.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I would agree with you. I've seen cases where women are not taken as seriously because of that misconception
Yeah.
that women not
But I can't
think or
use
can't
my
do
hands.
because
Yeah.
they're a lady. And I found in many cases women would do the job and surpass their male counterparts in getting the job done. So it's always about how you apply yourself to the industry, how you apply yourself to learning and growing more in your field, and also your dedication towards providing an excellent level of service to
Agreed.
anything that you. Yeah. So based on that, jumping ahead, tell me some of the skills or qualities you think are particularly important for young girls to develop if they want to succeed in the ICT industry.
So for me, I would say they need to be adaptable to anything because IT, there's a lot of changes within IT. So once you're adaptable and willing to learn, you will be able to make it, and also more on the line of shared thinking.
Okay.
It's better to work in groups and share your ideas and come up with a solution than doing it on your own.
Right.
So that's for me.
So that's the wonderful set of skill sets there. So based on those skill sets that you would have created over the period of time, you learn certain things. And you're getting into the Caribbean Airlines environment, the aviation industry, sorry. So tell us some of the careers at Caribbean Airlines that is in the IT department, and I know a lot of these are filled by women. So we have a presentation here that we'll display, just showing some of the items, the positions available within Caribbean Airlines, and Victoria and the ladies they'll go give us some details about the roles and responsibilities that they would do on a day-to-day basis. Yeah.
So at Cal, there's a lot of different job positions that you can apply for and also aspire to be. So you can be a software engineer, a UX engineer. You can even be a TSA, that's a technical service engineer, where they go and fix computers and networking, things like that. You can even go into data, where you can be an information service analyst. And if you're looking at management, you can be project manager, program manager. You can even aspire to be CIO, right? There's a lot of different career paths that you can take within IT, and you would see the lovely ladies, how much ladies we have within Cal IT departments, that in every single job position, we have females. So there's the side of how you can grow your IT career.
Very good, very good. A lot of roles and options for the ladies and fellas too. We're not leaving out the gentlemen on the call to really get into IT and further their career. So it's not only about pulling cables or dealing with servers. Sometimes you have information specialist analysts who take the data, manipulate it. As Victoria said, we have cybersecurity specialists also who make sure that the network and is secure. Software developers, software engineers, developers. I mean, the list goes on. There's a wide range of disciplines you could explore as a young person looking to get into IT and really, take a niche from there. So building on that now, can you share? We talked about some of the roles. We talked about some of the experiences that you will have would have had in the IT industry, and tell us some of the challenges you would have faced and how that overcoming those challenges would have made you better as a person, what you would have learned from those experiences.
So I just want to jump in here,
Mm.
Madison. So I've been in the IT industry for 16 years, of which 6 is in the airline industry. When I started, I still have a bachelor's degree in information systems and management. And my first role was in IT administration. And it was an experience where I was baptized with a ton of red bricks. I like to describe it that way, because what I studied in my bachelor degree was contrary to the actual real world of work, right? And I would say for young ladies and gents out there, when you do decide to get into the field, make sure you do certifications. On your screen, you should take a screenshot of this. On your screen, you will see the different career paths that's qualifications required for the different career paths. And why I'm reinforcing that point is this certification gives you a practical hands-on approach to what is applicable to the workplace, what you actually do in real life. Right? Your bachelor's degree, yes, it gives you the know-how, it gives you the business operations, but get involved in your certifications. It'll help you out in more in your career. There will be occasions where it is, we want to work as a team, but sometimes you have to figure it out on your own, use your own mind. And believe it or not, when you encounter a problem, when you're troubleshooting something, it stays with you much longer than if it is you just copy and paste an idea from someone, right? The key to IT or being in IT is being able to resolve issues, being able to think outside the box. One takeaway you can have today from me is that I had a methodology that once you're doing the same thing over and over is madness. Right? You're trying the same remedy all the time to resolve an issue with expecting a different result. That will never happen. Right? So always be able to think outside the box. There are always multiple ways to figure out something. It's not just one pathway. Right. So I just want to touch on the first one, which is like core skills you should have coming into IT. In terms of certifications, you should have A+, Network Plus, ITIL, right? Those are just a few to touch on. So again, take a screenshot, hold that, find your niche, find your passion, and you can take it from there.
And remember, ladies, gentlemen, there's always YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all have influencers you follow that, there's YouTube, there's TikTok. There are a lot of resources out there that you use day to day that you could get information on any field in ICT.
Yeah, and just to touch on that, right? No, you have a lot of resources available to you. Back in my days where you didn't have a computer in every home and you had to go to the library to get a computer, you still had to physical dial up. Right? Yeah, yes, physical books to flip pages. Now
Exactly.
it's all there at your hand. Your resources are there, so make use of it.
And we even have Microsoft Learn, which is a free platform
Exactly.
where you can go and learn different Microsoft technologies.
Yes,
Correct,
yeah,
correct.
that's an excellent part. So you all could utilize that once you start to get into the certifications, and they have learning tools for every single certification that Microsoft offers. So Microsoft Learn is also an excellent. Thanks, Victoria. Tell us something about the new emerging technologies in the industry that young people should be aware about.
Okay, so in CAL, we would have started implementing a lot of new technology, and also throughout the years, which women would have been instrumental in this implementation. So for instance, our websites, our check-in process, even our baggage handling, which we would have launched recently. Women were on those projects, and also our boarding processes. What you can use, and we have started implementing co-pilots within, it would have increased our efficiency, productivity. Also, it helps give you ideas to help stimulate you. And also, it in return, it helps with our customer service and our operational excellence.
Okay, very nice, very nice. AI tools, and I mean, and I'm sure you all use ChatGPT. That's what your word. So we see we are also implementing that in our day-to-day processes at the airlines to help improve our business efficiencies and the way we provide service for our customers. So guys, stay on track with that. AI is the way forward.
Yep.
Sean,
It is.
be on that train. Don't get left behind. Yeah.
Yeah, cybersecurity, because they go
Exactly.
hand in hand.
Yeah.
Exactly. So tell us. We talked about. We briefly touched on Microsoft Learn and stuff. Are there any other resources that you think young ladies and gentlemen should really look into if they want to start their career in ICT, or get more information on,
I think that you need to do a lot of research. You need to do research, you need to know what part you would like to go into. So you'll have a better knowledge, you'll know the qualifications, skill sets. For me, I did my bachelor's in computer science. I did Network Plus, CCNA, MSc. Well, that time was MSc. Now, Microsoft Azure. So it's a part that you want to go into. It makes a difference. So a lot of research for me, I think, is the way to go.
And just building on what Leela said, Leela mentioned doing a lot of research. For me, what really helped was internships. So getting out there, applying for internships, and seeing which field you really enjoy, and then focusing more on, okay, this is the niche that I want to go down. I want to specialize in cybersecurity, programming, data, technical services, anything like that. So the internships now would broaden your horizon and help you get your feet wet in that. Because when we start up, we need that experience, and the internship gives us that experience.
And just adding to what Victoria mentioned, when you're studying on your pathway, whether it's in software development or networking or data warehousing, right? Do your own personal projects. Doing your own personal projects allow you to stand out against the crowd. It allows persons to the organization to show how proactive you are. Hey, I developed a particular system that's a baggage claim system that can help improve our passengers receiving or dropping off their baggage. It's something that is applicable to the world of work,
Yeah.
right?
That's correct.
So do your own projects. School doesn't have to tell you to do it. Take the initiative to do it on your own, because that in itself is a quality that organizations look for, you being proactive, right? So, and in that, it also gives you your own experience and tenacity, and it improves your own ethic when you're coming out there. And when I say work ethic and yes, yes, we do stuff, right?
Mhm.
But when you come out into the world of work, because far too often, many people have that I mentality. You
Yeah.
come to work with a team.
Yes.
When you come to work with a team, you share your knowledge, you share your experience, and that in itself help catapult everyone further. Yeah. So just words for you.
So Suzette, you mentioned something that stood out to me, with doing projects to help improve your, the person, right? So even when you do projects by yourself, it helps build confidence in what you do and also add value. So you might think, well, okay, well, it's not something you want to do, but it helps build your confidence level. So when you reach out there now, you're confident in what you do, you know how to do it, and then you're able to push forward, right? And one thing that can help also, going to conferences,
Yes.
also doing additional courses, things like that, even like different tests that Suzette talk about, all those examples. It's really good. Try to find a problem and see if you can solve it. So it can make your portfolio look even brighter.
Sorry, I just want to add. Sorry, I want to share the information out there, right? So Victoria, you would have mentioned projects and gaining confidence and so forth, right? I lost my train of thought. Yes, it happens. More or less the message ready for you, right? Networking.
Yes, key.
When you go to conferences, you network. You will be in a class of students who are like-minded in the field of IT. That's your network, right? Because when you do go out there and you're in a position where your domain controller shut down and you are alone in that room and you don't know what to do, right? You're gonna need that type of support. So that's
Call a friend.
And I think next we can really help each of every one of us
Yeah.
today. If
Yeah.
we look back, it's based on our friendships, relationships, on work that we would have developed that help push us through.
Exactly.
Even good and bad.
Yeah.
It helps.
Very key to problem solving,
Mhm.
because I know there will, I'm sure everyone have had an instance where I don't know how to solve this, but I know someone who does, or at least could guide me. Because you build those relationships and have those friendships that could you really draw on their experiences and get the problem
Correct.
solved.
I have to
And
have
learned.
so I thought my 2 cents and communication. You
Yeah.
need to
Clear
have good
communication.
communication skills. Because sometimes I found that you may think you know what is the issue, and your user is actually telling you something else, and you have to listen from their standpoint, and you have to understand from their view what they're seeing.
Agreed.
So that's important.
Good, very good. Some very vital points to digest here, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we want to thank you for coming out and also having us give our 2 cents in women in ICT. And again, guys, keep growing, keep learning, and we look forward to seeing you sometime soon working in Caribbean Airlines. We hand over to Rahandra for any closing comments.
Right. I must say I really enjoyed this presentation, and I don't have any closing comments, but I did have a question that I think, I will ask on behalf of the students. Right. What do you like most about your job? Any one of you can answer. You guys, the three girls
let
can
me start.
answer. Yes.
When I entered Caribbean Airlines, all I thought the industry was like I just go on a plane and I work duty free. That's it. But when I realized that all the technical and operational maintenance involved, I had an appreciation. You see those bag tags, those gate readers, that's what we handle. There's a lot of work and effort that goes into those things. If they're not working properly, time is money in the airline.
Exactly.
So you have to be working and thinking
Make sure.
swift. Yeah. So my appreciation and I enjoy learning new technology. So for me, let me layman say, sometimes I'm out there, I macro what other airlines have, so I can implement into our industry.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody that. The deals on the Caribbean Airlines macroing all their IT equipment. But that's what I enjoy. Ever changing technology. The airline industry is dynamic and fast.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's the same for me. We are implementing a lot of new technology and we're always trying to stay ahead. So it's one is staying ahead. And also one thing about Caribbean Airlines, you get to blend. So what I mean by blending, this segment that we are doing, I am very keen on volunteering and social responsibility. So I get to make a yes, a contribution, being able to share with you guys. And Caribbean Airlines, they allow me to do that, reach other persons out there and share my passion.
I would say for myself, from a project manager stance, is when a project comes to completion, seeing the value it has added to our passengers, to improve their customer experience, to make life easier, not just for our external customers, but our internal persons as well, right? Things that we newly create, that digital transformation drive that we're going through, where we're constantly learning, as my colleagues would have mentioned, is adding value. Adding value to catapult the airline industry further. And that's, we want to reach to a point where we're way advanced than we would have ever thought of in the next 5 to 10 years. And we're working on that. So to me, that's the most value added.
Well, for me, I think I'll build on Neela's point is the exposure to the new technology. Because the airline industry is always changing and all to meet the demands of the customers, you have to evolve. So as an airline, we implement cutting edge tools that be like, hey, look, they're doing it here. Wow. And when I came in, I was really impressed to see what they're doing here, how the vision that the leadership have and where we're going as an airline. So it's really exciting, it's dynamic, it's fast paced, you get to meet a lot of different people, new people. So it's really a wonderful place to be, really wonderful field to be into. So
I don't know if we stress on it enough, but when we fly out to go to different stations, you get to understand the different cultures out there and how they adopt technology and respond to it. So that's, another plus.
Yeah, and just going back to Denison. Denison, how do you feel? I mean, what is the experience like for you so far interacting with so many women? Because we saw the number of functions that women are and in our IT department, Caribbean Airlines, so many of them are fulfilling important areas and doing such important things. How does that make you feel as a gentleman?
How does
good question. Good. No, but I think women are very powerful. They think differently to men, and I love that the thought pattern. A lot of times the women here are very thorough. So when I think, hey, we just need to do ABC, and I bring it by Suzette. Suzette will say, no, you thought about this, and you thought about that, and you thought about that. It's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Good point. So they bring a different point of view to any problem. So that's why it's always good to work with whether male, female, ethnicity, keep an open mind, because that person that you're interacting with who's different from you would see that same problem and highlight points that you may, hey, try this, do that, do that, do that. I think the women here are extremely intelligent, extremely dynamic. They know their stuff, and I enjoy going to them with problems, because when I'm finished, it's like, hey, we troubleshooted, we discussed it, we came up with ways in which we could implement solutions and stuff like that. And it's not just about, I'm a man, I supposed to know. It's about getting the problem solved, or getting the issue fixed, or implementing the new technology, or just making our business operations better. Yeah, so it's been fun. I have no problems. It's been very fun. I enjoyed thoroughly.
And Rohandra, just to, kind of stem off of guys, appreciating the role of women in the workplace, I just want to say how I appreciated men and their supports and their role, because I think I would have been one of those started up earlys where when I go to a conference, I would have been literally the only female in the room. In an entire room of 100 plus men, I'm just the only female, right? And in a way, I would have in the beginning felt intimidated, but when it is you talk to some of them, you realize, wait, you're just like me. Yeah. We're all here to in a common space to learn, right? So I must say I appreciate the support that I would have received from men throughout my entire journey. Some has been challenging, but most of them have been rewarding. And I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, and it's the same for me because within Carl, I am the only female in my division in data. And the guys, they treat me the same. There's one level playing field. I don't feel a particular how, and they support in every single way. So I have that support also.
Mm. Well, it's really nice to hear about the male-female interaction in IT. You'll make me feel like I want to come work there myself in IT. All right. I have one last question, which is, there may be someone out there with some young person out there with qualifications and but they just don't feel confident that they can come and function in IT, particularly in the aviation industry. What words of advice or encouragement would you give to that person? You all can each take a bite at it.
I'll start. I will say find your niche, find your passion. We would have highlighted different areas like application support, data warehousing, big data, AI. Find your niche. You can dabble, you're young. You can dabble in a few, you have the time. Maximize on your time as a young person. Take it from me, please. Maximize on your time as a young person. Right? Dabble in a few areas until you find where your passion is. And once you find that passion, become good at that one good thing. Right? It's the best you can do for your own career path. That's my 2 cents.
For me, don't be afraid to say you don't know.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because if you sit down quietly, you don't know, and you're afraid to say you don't know, you'll
You
never learn.
Yes.
And coupled with that, make sure and go out and do research. If you don't know, you don't know. Try and find a way to find out. I remember I had a female manager once, a woman manager, she said, and she was the first person that told me that you're having a discussion, and I told her, I really don't know, and she watched me blunt and said, do not be afraid to say you don't know. But what I want to see is that you're willing to go there and get the information and come back.
Yes.
That is what will make you, if you're going to join any industry, whether IT, marketing, communications, know that you don't know something, but be willing to go out there and get the information, doing the research, finding it. Start with a Google search and go down that rabbit hole. YouTube, it have a lot of things out there that you could to leverage to get information. So don't let that fear stop you from joining or going into the path that you want to go into, and understand that you wouldn't know everything, but this is where you come to learn and grow and develop yourself as an individual.
Me as always try, roll with the punches. We didn't start just knowing everything. We had to learn. There was trial and error.
Yeah.
We had platforms where we went and practiced, So
They was talking to servers.
correct. But correct. No, I have to go home just now. Don't go down now. In a time, so motivate you. No matter what anybody say, love you first. Continue to practice, learn, is ever growing. Don't put yourself down no matter what anybody say. Know what you want, love it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
To add to everything, said. I would add being resilient. So in life, you will get knocked down, and they would have said you may, well, you would not know everything. It's how you overcome those hurdles. So once you're able to get up and go again, that will carry you through your journey. So don't stay down. Get back up and start pushing forward.
I know who you are.
Yes, you know what you are.
Correct. Because you will get challenges. You're not going to butter it up and say you're not. You will have challenges, whether it's working with others, whether it's the actual work itself. But know who you are and build that confidence as you start your journey.
One main thing that really help inspire me, it's a saying, you have to value yourself. And then when you value yourself, you can value others. And once you're able to value yourself and value others, then you can start adding value. So try to reach to that point where you can add value to any organization that you go to, because it's your reputation at the end. It's not the company's reputation. It's what people would say, well, okay, well, Victoria did this and they can trust your reputation.
Okay, some really good advice, guys, and I'm sure that the youths will appreciate all that you all would have shared today. And just to reiterate, if you would like to reach out to our team, maybe you were shy today and you didn't want to ask a question, or you want to follow up with us with any questions you may have, or you just want to reach out to us generally, you can email csr@caribbean-airlines.com. Also, you can view our career gallery and other sustainability projects that we undertake as Caribbean Airlines on the website cs.caribbean-airlines.com. Our team would have shared it earlier, so that's cs.caribbean-airlines.com. That's where you can see all of the projects that we support, and as well as get more videos from staff who share about what they do. And you can also view our career gallery there. All right, so that's all the time we have. We do appreciate you also taking the time to listen to us, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.
Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.